Dear ladies and gentlemen, good morning everyone, and welcome to traditional quarterly webinar for Klaipėdos Nafta for KN or company preliminary unaudited financial results of 2016. My name is Indra Milinienė and I am Communication Manager at KN. I am pleased to introduce today's host, Acting General Manager of Klaipėdos Nafta, Mr. Marius Pulkauninkas. Before we proceed with the presentation, I will shortly introduce you with the agenda. First of all, Mr. Pulkauninkas is going to comment on KN performance of 2016 and inform about current events in the company. Then we will be answering questions after the presentation. We would like also to hear from you during today's webinar, so please feel free to send your questions along using the questions box on your webinar control panel. All questions will be answered after the presentation. And once again, for those of you who just joined, welcome to today's session. Mr. Pulkauninkas, I would like to invite you to start with the presentation.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, dear shareholders, investors, media representatives, and all others who are interested in our company. My name is Marius Pulkauninkas, and I am representative of Klaipėdos Nafta, or KN, as we call it now. And currently, I am acting as General Manager. I will introduce a little bit our changes in management structure a little bit later. And today, as usual, as every quarter, we would like to present our company, the changes or material events that happened in the last quarter of 2016, and also the financial results of the last quarter and the whole year 2016. In today's presentation, first of all, I will talk about very shortly about our company, just a reminder of those who are listening to our webinars or participating in our webinars for the first time. Afterwards, I will highlight the main events that happened in the fourth quarter of last year and first month of this year. And at the latest, I will present financial results of 2016. Starting about the company, just a short reminder that in the beginning of 2016, we reviewed our strategy for 2016-2020. We defined our mission, vision, and values in the new description. So just to shortly repeat, our mission is to ensure reliable and effective supply of LNG and transshipment of oil products. Our vision is to be a reliable operator of oil and LNG terminals that adds value through implemented projects and balance expansion. And our values is initiative, transparency, professionalism and reliability, and social responsibility. And as probably most of you know, current activities of a company, of KN, are operation of the terminals. We segregate the terminals into oil terminals and LNG terminals. In terms of oil terminals, we operate oil terminal in Klaipėda, and also Subačius oil terminal in the middle of Lithuania. LNG terminals, currently we operate LNG terminal in Klaipėda, and also construct small-scale LNG terminal also in Klaipėda, but in the territory of oil terminal. And besides those activities, we are also looking forward to further expansion, and we are looking to participate in the international project and also expansion of our current activities. Talking about the highlights, the last quarter was gave a lot of changes to the company, and I will shortly introduce them. So first of all, we changed our name and the brand and the logo, and starting from 22nd of December 2016, Klaipėdos Nafta launched a new logo, which is KN. Due to that, but because we realized that until that, Klaipėdos Nafta has only one activity, which was transshipping of oil product. After introducing the LNG terminal, we realized that we are not only oil company, oil terminal. So that Nafta does not represent our activities which are currently. So we just simplified the name, and currently we are just KN. From legal perspective, the legal name remains the same. Joint company, Klaipėdos Nafta. Regarding the changes in management, so in December last year, Rytis Ambrazevičius resigned from the board of a company, and at that moment we had only 3 board members out of 5, and supervisory board appointed the selection committee, which has a task to select 2 new board members, and the supervisory board and the selection committee completed their job in the beginning of 2017, and on the 30 December, Giedrius Dusevičius was elected as independent board member, and on 24th of January, Bjarke Paulsen from Denmark was also selected as the 5th board member. So currently we have complete board members with 2 new board members, one of which is from a foreign country. So for us it is new step further to enhance our transparency, corporate governance, and we hope that this change will enhance and further development of a company and its activities. Also, at the end of 2016, Mantas Bartuška, previously general manager of a company, resigned from a position as he was appointed as a general manager in Lithuanian Railway Company. So after his resignation, the board of directors elected me to act as a general manager until the new general manager will be elected. And in the end of January this month, the board announced that we are starting the public selection tender for the new general manager. It will be open selection, open process, which everyone who wants to participate can participate, both external candidates and internal candidates. And the mission of the board is to elect the best matching candidate for the company, so that he can lead the company to implement the approved strategy. The second or the next good news, which happened already this year, so on 2nd January 2017, the first LNG reloading services from FSRU was performed. It was 15,000 of liquid LNG was reloaded from FSRU Independence to the smaller vessel Coral Energy, and this gas were transshipped to terminal in Sweden. But it is more happy that yesterday we have another operation for the same reload to Coral Energy. So in 2017 we have already 2 operations of reloading, and we hope that those activities would be more frequent. To be fair, those activities do not influence directly the results of KN, because this activity is regulated. So all revenues which are collected for reloading services, they go to the general pool of revenues, and by that amount which is collected from the customers, the security supplement is deducted. So KN receives the same amount of revenue and the same profit which is regulated, but in general for the terminal usage and for the payers of security supplement, this is a great achievement. And we hope that those activities will be performed more frequently. One more good news also from 2017, but it's very good related to 2016. On 26th of January 2017, the NASDAQ announced the winners of the Baltic Market Awards, and KN was awarded in 4 categories. So we are very happy to receive those awards. And so first of all, we received the 2nd place in Best Investor Relations in Baltics. So in the main award, we won a 2nd place. And also we received 1st place in Most Visible Improvement over 3 years, the 2nd place in Best Reporting Company, and 3rd place in Best Interactive Investor Relations. So in 2016 we made quite significant efforts by ourselves to be more transparent, to present the shareholders with accurate information. We moved from presenting quarterly financial statements from 2 months after the end of a quarter to 1 month after the end of a quarter. First in our history, we started interactive webinars with our shareholders and investors. And we published strategy, dividend policy, social corporate responsibility report, and made a lot of more work just to be more transparent, more clear, and more visible to investors. So, and we are very happy that those our efforts were evaluated by the recognition and by the Nasdaq Baltic Market Awards. Also, just to repeat, on the 3rd of October, the company sold shares of Litgas. We have already mentioned it in the previous webcast, just to remind that. And also, one more important event which happened in the 4th quarter. So, KN received the claim regarding the damages from the breach of competition law, and our competing company, UAB Krovinių Terminalas, which also operates a smaller oil terminal in Klaipėda port. So they put a claim in the Vilnius Regional Court and against us as a company and also Orlen Lietuva, and they claim that we breached the competition law and claim from us 6 million euros. Our belief is that we didn't breach any law. We performed our activities and signed agreement with Orlen Lietuva according to all valid laws and regulations. And we believe that this claim is not valid. We will provide all necessary information to the court. And we definitely believe that this claim will be dismissed by the court. So this was a short introduction about the highlights for the last quarter. And now let me move to the presentation of financial results for 2016. First of all, summarizing the whole year, I want to mention 3 main aspects. So first of all, we are very happy that the KN petroleum product transshipment was highest since 2011 in quantities. So last year, we reloaded 7.4 thousand tons of petroleum products in Klaipėda and Subačius oil terminal, and this is the highest volume from 2011. The second good news is that petroleum product transshipment from Orlen Lietuva, our main client, was highest since 2005, and we reloaded in total almost 4.9 million tons of petroleum products sent from Orlen Lietuva. And the third news is that LNG regasification volume grew by 3.2 times in 2016, and in total about 14.6 million megawatt hours were regasified and supplied to the gas transmission system. So just this is a very short summary, and moving to the exact numbers. So the revenues for 2016 were 104 million euros. Last year it was almost 110 million euros, so the revenues decreased by 6 millions. I will later a little bit describe what was the reasons for this decrease, so when we will talk about each terminal. So EBITDA was 28.6 million and decreased from 37.1 million euros. And net profit is almost 14 million for 2016, when in 2015 we earned 22 million euros net profit. Structure of revenues and EBITDA based on operating segments. Just to remind you that we have a 4 segment currently: the Klaipėda oil terminal, LNG terminal, Subačius oil terminal, and LNG small scale activities. So our revenues, we earned 44 million euros in oil terminal, 67 million euros in LNG terminal, and 2.8 million in Subačius oil terminal. LNG small scale terminal is currently under construction, so it does not earn revenues, but has some expenses which we will report. So the total revenues is 104 million euros, and EBITDA 17.5 million was earned in oil terminal, almost 10 million in LNG terminal, almost 2 million in Subačius fuel base and $500,000 negative EBITDA in LNG small-scale activities. Now I will talk a little bit by each operating segment and will describe in detail what changes happened in 2016 and why they happened. So oil terminal, as I mentioned, revenues decreased from 37 million to 34 million. Net profit decreased from almost 15 million to 10 million. EBITDA from 23 to 17 million. The main reason for that was that despite that the transshipping volumes increased from 6.3 to 7.2 million tons, but in 2016, the structure of agreements with the clients changed. Probably, as you know, from the previous periods, until end of 2015, we had agreement with one oil trading company with the take-or-pay obligations. Then in 2015, we transshipped quite low volumes of oil products, but we are paying for the reservation of oil tanks and also for the minimal obliged quantity of oil that we agreed to deliver. So actually we were receiving part of a, let's say, reservation fee, but we are not transshipping the products physically. So it means we have lower expenses, lower heat expenses, lower railway expenses. So so we have higher income and lower expenses in 2015. In 2016, we reloaded the record quantity of oil products. So in some months we reloaded almost 800,000 tons of products. So it was really huge amount. So from that perspective, we had incurred additional expenses for this significant increase in volumes. The winter was quite cold last year, so we had higher heating expenses for electricity and for gas. Also, we had, due to very high traffic of oil wagons, we had higher Lithuanian railway expenses as well. So, but in general, the year was very good. The transshipping volumes were highest from 2011, and we are very happy that the real product is flowing through the terminal, and we are showing to our clients that we can handle huge quantities of products, segregate them, and provide very good services. So looking into perspectives, we are looking at it optimistically. Another reason was that during the first half of 2016, the transshipping of oil products from Belarusian refineries was very high, but due to political reasons, in the second half of 2016, the Belarusian refineries are starting to receive half of the oil, of the crude oil from Russia, so in the second half, the reloading volumes decreased significantly due to the shortage in crude oil. Belarusian refineries, they hope that, and we are in the very intensive negotiations with Russia, and we hope that the oil supply will be renewed, and we will have the same quantities of oil refined in the refineries and also transshipped through the terminals. Moving to the Subačius oil terminal, probably I will not spend much time here. So the revenues are almost the same in 2016 as in 2015, 2.8 million. The net profit is almost the same, 0.8 million euros, and EBITDA is 1.8 million euros. And the average storage volumes increased from 2015 by 12% and amounted to 290,000 tons. Now moving to LNG terminal results for 2016, the revenues decreased from 70 million to 67 million euros. Net profit decreased from 7 million to 3.4 million, and the EBITDA decreased from 13 million to almost 9 million euros. Just to say that LNG activities, LNG terminal activities are regulated, by the National Commission for Prices and Regulation. And according to regulation, we can receive 1 year lower or higher income, but in the long period, in the 5-year period, they should be normalized according to the regulation. So in 2015 was the year when we have received more revenues than should be according to regulation, and this led to increased profit. And we said that the normalized profit, which should be according to the regulation, in 2015 had to be almost only 2 million euros, and in 2016 about 4 million euros. So that means that we have received more profit than should be according to regulation in 2015, and a little bit less in 2016. But we are happy when in 2016 the terminal has 3 users: Litgas, the dedicated supplier, Lithuanian gas supplier, Lietuvos dujų tiekimas, and the Achema, the biggest producer of fertilizers. Talking about investments of a company in 2016, the total investment amounted to almost 20 million euros, and mainly it was dedicated to the oil terminal expansion and LNG small-scale terminal construction. So we are currently in the implementation of 2 projects in oil terminal and construction of a small-scale terminal in Klaipėda. So the construction is going very well, and we expect that LNG small-scale terminal will start operations in the second half of 2017. Oil terminal expansion first phase will be finished in the middle and the third quarter of 2017, and we are now in the process of preparation for the second phase of oil terminal expansion. In this slide, it is the summary of financial figures. So they are almost the same as I also mentioned before. Just to mention here that return on equity is in 2016 was 7.1%. This is higher than is expected from the government according to government resolution. So we are happy to achieve the defined targets, and we looking forward to further implementation of our strategy. The balance sheet, talking very shortly, non-current assets increased by 7 million due to new construction projects. Trade receivables decreased because last year we had unpaid amount from one of the LNG terminal security supplement payer, and this amount was paid last year. The cash balance increased due to settled or received payments, and our current assets are almost in the same position. So total assets increased a little bit to almost 243 million euros. In the equity and liability side, our liabilities increased to 50 million. Financial liabilities increased to 34 million. So this increase was mainly due to subsidy received from the European Union, and equity decreased a little bit due to dividends paid more than we earned the profit for 2016. So this was our presentation of highlights in the last quarter of 2016 and also financial results for 2016. So if you have any question, I would be very glad to answer them.
Mr. Pulkauninkas, thank you for the presentation. And we will now continue with the questions in the order they were received. Actually, we've got 3 same questions, and we've got 2 questions a little bit tricky, but we are ready to answer in it. And first question is, what is the reason that company's profit fell down, even oil products transfer and LNG reload comparing with 2015 obviously had risen? Mr. Pulkauninkas?
thank you for a very good question. I think that I answered most of this question already in my presentation, so I will repeat very shortly. But oil terminal profit decreased due to one reason, that it was in 2016, it was change in the structure of agreements with the client. When we in 2015 received the payments for the obligations that were not fulfilled, and in 2016 we have already the physical transshipment of product, and incurred additional expenses for this physical transshipping. And also in the second half of 2016, there's flows of oil products from Belarusian refineries decreased significantly compared to the first half of the year. In the LNG terminal, as I mentioned, the profit is regulated, and it depends on the actual LNG supplement collected from the LNG supplement payers and our actual expenses. So in 2015, we received more income than expected, and in 2016, the result is close to the normalized regulated profit.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is one more question. So, Mr. Pulkauninkas, is there any decisions from European Commission according FSRU refinancing? And one more, if you don't have an answer from European Commission, when it could be?
Thank you for a very good question. So currently there is no decision regarding the financing of LNG terminal project. Lithuania, this is in general, it means that Ministry of Energy, also Klaipėdos Nafta, KN, and other parties are involved in the process in communication with European Commission for the support of LNG terminal in Klaipėda as a regional terminal. Currently it is in process and no decision is taken yet. We expect that this process is not very fast, and it could take up to maybe up to 1.5 years when we will come to certain decisions that we will be able to announce. So at this moment we are working hard to receive a positive decision for our terminal.
I would like to remind you that you can still send your questions in the section on the right side of the screen. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we've got a tricky question. Mr. Pulkauninkas, will you apply for the CEO position?
Yes, thank you. This is really a very tricky question, but I think it's very important for the investors and shareholders of our company. So, as I mentioned in my presentation, the board decided to start the open election of a new CEO, and the expectation is to elect the best candidate for the company, and according to the regulation that both internal and external candidates can participate, so that the board can elect the best candidate suiting for the company. So talking about myself, yes, I will be participating in this tender. I will apply for a position just to represent the company and the competencies that I have the company, so that the board can compare internal and external candidates and select the best candidate for the company.
Thank you for your questions, and here is one more. What was the factors which influenced results for the last quarter of 2016? Mr. Pulkauninkas?
Thank you for this question. The main reason for the decrease in profit in the last quarter of 2016 was already mentioned reason of decreased oil transshipping from Belarusian refineries. So this is the main reason, because comparing to first quarter, the transshipping is dropped significantly. Also, comparing to last year the fourth quarter was very good, but to know that this maybe is from accounting perspective, that the fourth quarter is when we are summarizing all the year, making all necessary adjustments. So, for example, in 2015, in last quarter, we recognized all income from LNG terminal when we know that this income was actually received. So it was in 2015, those adjustments were in the positive side. In 2016, those adjustments were maybe a little bit more in negative side. But as I mentioned, the main reason was decrease in oil transshipping from Belarusian refineries.
There is one more question. 42 million euro of cash. Is it mostly from LNG activity? Mr. Marius?
Thank you for this question. So actually, as you can see from slide 16, our EBITDA from LNG activities is about 10 million euros, and EBITDA from oil terminal activities is about 18 million euros. So the main cash, or the bigger part, or 2/3 of the cash, goes to the company from oil terminal activities, and only 1/3, or about 10 million, goes from LNG terminal activities. So the main cash is from oil terminal activities. Just to answer this question more broadly, we have started a significant investment project, and this cash is dedicated to this investment. So we'll have to complete LNG reloading station in 2017. We'll have to complete oil terminal expansion first phase, and those two investment amount almost about 50 million. About 20 million we already paid in 2016, so about 30 million we'll have to pay in 2017. Also, we will start implementation of a second phase of oil terminal expansion, where the total budget is about 55 million euros. So we are holding cash at this moment to be able to pay for the investment. Also, as we declared in our dividend policy, and which is according to the government regulation, we are also planning to pay dividends this year according to our dividend policy and according to government regulation. So this cash is also reserved for the dividend payment as well.
Dear participants, one more question arrived. Is there any signs of increasing oil transit from Belarus in 2017? And one more, are there any new agreements with Belarus companies? Mr. Marius?
Thank you for this question. So probably I will start answering the second question firstly, and after that move to the first one. So regarding agreements with Belarusian companies, we have signed agreement or prolonged agreement with Belarusian company BNK, or Belarusian oil company, which transships the products refined in Belarusian refineries. So we have prolonged this agreement for 2017 and further years. So in terms of agreement, we have all necessary agreements for transshipping of Belarusian oil products. So this is in place. Regarding the first question, so this is very more political questions, and for us it's hard to answer them, because as we know from our partners in Belarus and also from the public, and you can also find these articles in the newspapers, so that Belarus is negotiating with Russia very intensively. We have various questions open, and it's not just one question regarding the oil supply, but it's also the gas and other questions. So the Belarus has two big refineries, which in total can refine about 24 million tons of crude oil a year. So we definitely would like to receive a full amount of oil and refine it. So I think that both parties are looking to find some mutual agreement when that the flow of oil, crude oil to Belarus would be reestablished, but it is very hard to predict when it happens. So all of us hope it will happen sooner, but it's political negotiation between two countries, so it, as you see currently, took some time, and I think both countries and we as well hope that this negotiation will end soon.
one more question. What would be the most important projects of 2017? Please, Mr. Pulkauninkas.
Thank you for your question. So for us, I think all projects are of similar importance. So I cannot mention only one, the most important, but the most important project is first of all completion and successful start of operation of LNG reloading station in Klaipėda. The second project is the completion of a first phase of expansion of oil terminal and start of a second phase of expansion. And also we are looking for international projects in LNG market. So we hope that we will start them in 2017, and this is very significant for our company as well.
Dear participants, if you have not sent your questions yet, please do so now. Thank you. Dear participants, it looks like we've covered all of our questions so far. So on behalf of KN, thank you everyone. It was a pleasure being with you at a traditional webinar session. Record of the presentation will be available in the Nasdaq Baltic YouTube channel webinar playlist, and you will receive a follow-up email as well with a direct link to today's recording. Mr. Pulkauninkas, thank you for your time. Participants, thank you for joining. I hope to see you next time.